Welcome to the Unfiltered Duo podcast. I'm Cheryl.
And I'm Carrie.
And this is how the unfiltered chaos makes sense.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Carrie.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
Yeah. Anything new or exciting?
Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah.
And Polo.
Polo. We went to Polo. That was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a small town polo. So
Still cute.
Yeah, it was a good introduction to the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked watching them ride around and whack the ball.
Yeah.
I was wanting to see them get a little bit more aggressive, but I guess you can't. There's only so much you can do riding a horse and doing that.
Yeah.
I was like, slam somebody into the wall.
Well, and I think it's a really. Are you coming up here? I think it's a really kind of hometown atmosphere too, though, because they would bring the horses over and the kids could pet them and everything. So I was like, and they gave high fives. And I think even our husbands really liked the high five aspect.
They did.
They went up and they were like,
they use the kids as excuses. They're like, me too, me too.
I know. They're like, look how cute this one is. Give us high fives. So yeah, it's definitely a good little family thing.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mm-hmm. And then I got into a headstand competition with your husband.
Yes.
And he about took me out.
He did. I was so scared. I was like, ah!
I know. I was like, next time we're going to offset each other. So if he falls, I don't get smashed.
Yeah.
Like,
we need a bigger area for that to happen.
Yes.
Because as soon as I saw him going down, I was like, oh.
I know, and I couldn't see anything, so I just heard it happening. It's like impending doom.
Gonna whack you out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, that would be terrible. I didn't break anything, though. I survived. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, fun weekend. Nothing much. But it was a nice weekend to be with our spouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always like doing stuff with Scott. No matter what it is. Like, we can go do anything. And I like to have fun, so.
Yeah, and you've been married 20 years now?
21 years?
21?
Yeah, I'll be 22 this November.
Oh, wow. 22. 22 years.
And I had to pause. I was like, I know it's been over 20 years, but at what number are we at? Yes. It'll be 22 this November. Oh, that might be a lucky year or something because we were married on November 22nd and it's our 22nd year.
It's your golden anniversary.
We should do something. I don't know what.
Well, and it's really funny because your anniversary is the 22nd and mine's the 23rd.
I know.
The same month.
Which is so crazy.
I know.
It's like right there together.
I know. It's like, how did that happen?
Which I think that people need to think through whenever they're booking like their wedding day and really think about what's going on around that time, because I've actually had, and I'm sure you have too, Thanksgiving fall on the anniversary, and I'm like, I do not want to be socializing with family on my anniversary. I would like that time for us to be able to go out to eat or, do something. And instead we have to, on that year, we always like celebrate a different time. But we also don't do anything big for our anniversary. Typically, like we did the 20-year cruise, but that's not typical. And then we don't buy gifts for each other either. We just like go out somewhere nice to eat and maybe go to the movies. Like we may go to an activity with that, but we don't do gifts.
Yeah, we generally don't either, especially like November is it's so close to Christmas anyway that it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I put a lot of energy into Christmas gifts and making sure that's a big deal.
Yes.
That our anniversary is more just about us.
Yeah.
Gift giving.
Well, even Valentine's. We don't do gifts on Valentine's either, unless it's like a little something like here's you a piece of candy or,
Yeah.
We don't do anything crazy though.
No, we don't.
And we usually go eat Mexican food that day because all the nicer like restaurants are typically full because everybody's wanting to impress the other one.
Oh.
And we're like, we've done that for years though. We used to even take the kids with us and we'd just go eat Mexican food. They were never packed.
When our kids were really little, we would take them to Chick-fil-A with us for Valentine's.
Oh,
So, and there was no one at Chick-fil-A on Valentine's. And Chick-fil-A even like decorates. They have little hearts.
yeah.
They have like the roses on all the tables.
Oh.
So it was really cute. And then like our kids got to go play in the playground, and we could sit and just let them play and what, like.
You
So
modify whenever you have kids.
Yeah, oh, you do.
And you learn what's important and what really isn't.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not a day. I just don't want to fight people at a restaurant, and like my sanity is more important than me trying to go to the best restaurant in town. Or
yeah, especially having to get reservations. You're going to pay all this money. You're going to get dressed up. You're going to have to pay a babysitter. Like there's so much that goes into that it's just like, can we just go to Chick-fil-A?
Like, make my life easier, please.
I'm going to get a grilled salad over there or a grilled salad over here. It's going to be the same.
It's going to be the same. And they both taste good.
So. Yeah, that avocado lime dressing is calling my name. So I just go.
Especially with the spicy chicken wrap. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, so good. Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. I know. So what tips have you learned along the way that has kept you going for 22 years?
Right. So a lot of people do ask me and Scott that, like, how have y'all stayed together? It's because we started dating at 15. And so we've been able to keep it all together in the insanity of like us trying to like grow up and become adults and trying to navigate as we both changed. Mm-hmm. So I always tell people communication is like my top number one thing that I can ever give advice to people is it's okay to just talk through stuff. And the more communication you have between each other, the easier your marriage is going to be. Mm-hmm. So top number one for that one.
Yep. I definitely agree with open.
And y'all been married for what, 17?
Yeah, this year will be 18 years.
Yeah, so see? You about to hit that mark too?
I know. We're not too far from 20. And we didn't obviously get married like together as teenagers. Like we started dating when we were 23. So we were a little older by the time we actually.
How long did y'all date before you got married?
Well,
we dated. Or if you don't want to answer that for anybody listening, it's okay.
No, it's okay. We dated for about 3 months before we got engaged. Wow. And then from the time we started dating to the time we got married was a year. So we were engaged.
I think that's so good.
Yeah. It's not a typical route for the Mormon community to do that.
Okay. What would it be a typical for Mormons?
My sister got engaged on Easter, and then they were married in July. So,
oh my God,
Easter time frame is March, April.
You don't even have time to even think and plan and make sure that this commitment is like solid. Mm-hmm. For I took a year. Like we took a year of being engaged.
Well, and then you had dated for a couple of years.
We had dated, let's see, we started dating at 15, got married at 19. So we were 18 when we got engaged. And then I was like, I want a whole year. I want to be able to plan everything. And like, we were on a very tight budget. We didn't have a lot of money. Our parents didn't have a lot of money to put into it. So that was our way of like being able to save and have a good honeymoon and just allowing our parents also not to be in a rush. But that's like super fast. 3 months. Woo.
Yeah. And I don't know how long they dated before that. I don't know. Because I know they were friends before they started dating. So
I think that's the best way to go.
I'll have to ask.
I think that's how.
I know my brother-in-law listens to our podcast, so shout out to you. So
he can clarify how long that they dated prior.
Send me a text there. So yeah, that isn't a typical, like it's typical to get engaged and married in the same amount of time that we dated and got engaged. So
okay.
Yeah. We were a little longer.
Did y'all move in together? Y'all didn't move in together before marriage. See, me and Scott lived together for a little over a year before, like, we actually got married because we graduated high school moved in together my 18th birthday. So we were married,
Yeah.
or we were living together. I, unpopular opinion, I think that it's good to live with someone before you get married to them because it also gives you that time to learn all the weird stuff. And everybody's got weird stuff. It may be how you brush your teeth. It may be, I know, you know, Scott
I
gags
know
every time. Like, I've had to adapt that. So there's like little things that everybody does, and I know I have them too. Like I'm very OCD about stuff, so like Scott has had to deal with that the whole relationship. So you learn it though, and then you decide whether or not you want to continue loving that person or if it's a deal breaker, and you can just walk away with no lawyer fees and stuff.
This is true. No, my cat moved in with my husband before I did because the apartment I was living in didn't accept pets.
Aww.
And my cat was living with my parents. And then once we got engaged, I was like, you get my cat now too. So my cat moved in with him, and she was like just the super loveliest cat. Like she was all like the perfect cat. Like I hold her on a pedestal.
Aww.
But she was one of those cats that wanted to sleep with you and was going to do anything possible to get in your bedroom. So she was the one, she'd stick her paw under the door and just
you're like, I know you're in there.
Just get me in here. So anyway, like I loved her. She was one of the best cats.
I think that's actually cool is because then you get to test out his skills of, you know, taking care of a living thing that he does still have to like make sure that the litter box is done, make sure the cat's fed, like water, everything.
He did a good job.
Good.
Yeah, kept her alive. I mean, I was there often enough, but I didn't live with my cat.
Oh.
I know. But you have clearly seen that my cat often comes to join our podcast. I think he's behind you right now, but maybe not.
Maybe.
No. Oh, I don't know where he went then.
I don't
know. So yeah, communication I think is absolutely key. And I think it can still be a little nerve-wracking even after all this time to bring stuff up sometimes. So being that trustworthy companion, I think is key too. That it's just like, I love you regardless of what's going to come out of your mouth. Like nothing that's going to come out of your mouth is insurmountable unless you're like, I'm done with you, you know, like, okay,
then we're gonna fight and I'm gonna take your kneecaps out.
Right. Or like, are you worth fighting for? You know,
that's true
like where's your mouth? At this point in time, like I hardly doubt anything's gonna come out of the woodwork, but I just like being that person that's like that doesn't overreact, that has a calm approach to things, to like when your spouse has something serious to talk with you about, like your mild manneredness can like,
and I think that comes with age.
It does.
But that was like something that when me and Scott first moved in together and we would have people over and like we would get into like arguments and then we did it though in front of people and then everybody's opinion had to come in and then that also can cause more problems. So I got to the point that I would look at him, I'd be like, we're not going to talk about this right now, we're going to talk later, okay? And that was like the cue for like, let's drop it, we can revisit it later. He did not like that approach at first, but then he learned that it gave both of us time to think about what we said, what the other one said, how are we going to like make this better and overcome it. And so I recommend doing that. Take the time to like process it. You don't have to address it right then. That person ain't going nowhere, neither are you. No. So
you probably drove there to begin with, so you have to drive home.
Like just hold the peace and just be like, hey, we're gonna talk about this later. And some people don't do that, and then it makes everything awkward for everyone else.
Right. So yeah, being able to emotionally regulate yourself, I think, is a really big part of having a lasting relationship.
Yeah.
Because if I was flying off the handle all the time, like I don't think you'd stick around.
I wouldn't want to be married to my own self. No, I was like just out here. whatever I thought came. Oh, well, sometimes my thoughts come out, or my face talks.
Your face does. Well, mine does too, because we'll catch each other with the same
Right.
facial expressions.
Yeah. Oh, or I'll cue in. I'm like, did she just see this?
My face.
And then your face is like that. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah.
She saw
I
it.
did not mistake that. I definitely saw the same thing she's seeing.
That's funny. I know that happened in Vegas one time where I mean we started laughing so hard and our spouses were like, "What? What is it?
It's like,
And we were
obviously y'all
just
didn't see what we
yeah,
saw.
no, come on, pay attention.
And if you didn't see, and that made it even funnier, is because we both were thinking the same thing.
Yeah, no, it was so funny. I think something that I have thought about is how to fight fairly. And like, you're not going to do the low blows. You're not going to
No.
bring up old things well, sometimes you bring up old things, but you do it nicely. But
Right.
like, you try not to like use sarcasm or how, like you try to focus on the issue at hand when you're fighting rather than
Yeah.
bring in and disrupt and like veer the conversation and manipulate the fight
Right.
to do. So fighting fairly and being
Low blows
honest.
don't get you anywhere. And I can't say I've never done it just because I'm like, well, you left yourself open for this one. And then I just say it, but I shouldn't. And I realized that like after the fact, I'm like, damn, that was rude. Like, stop being a bitch. Like,
And
so see, I reflect afterwards.
Right. And in the moment, it's hard. It's hard
Yeah.
not to do those low blows. It's hard not to bring up all the past. And like,
Right.
women are notorious for just like bringing up all the past things and being like, I held on to this for 15 years and like,
do you remember 15 years ago?
Yeah. And honestly, oftentimes he's like, no, I don't remember that. I don't focus on that. And he's like, you've been thinking about this for 15 years.
It's like, you still remember that?
Yes,
you can't even remember what you had for breakfast. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like embedded in my brain. I can't let go.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, learning to fight fairly and again, having the emotional regulation when you're upset and frustrated with things. Like,
Yes.
it's hard and you want to unload, you want to do all that, but lasting 20 years in a marriage, you can't.
I think that's the reason why, like I said, like taking that time, that it's okay that you don't have to continue an argument just because there's not a resolution. Like, hey, we'll table it, but I also don't recommend tabling it more than by the end of the day. Don't go to bed mad. Like, there's no reason for it. You don't know what could happen to each other in your sleep, and you don't want that feeling to be the last feeling you had. So even whenever we say bye to each other, like, there's not an argument where you're going to storm out or I'm going to storm out, and that could be the last time. Like, you don't want to regret something. Mm-hmm. So whether that's like coming to terms and having to talk about it, or just saying I love you, and even though you haven't talked about it, and give that love. And that's hard sometimes if you're upset and mad.
It is. But ultimately, like, if you really want your relationship to survive anything, you have to approach it with that loving mindset. Like, put your little like love mindset on to be like, I love this person. I want to work through them or with it, I want to work through it with them.
Right.
And I was like, I want to work through them. That didn't work. But yeah, you want to continue that relationship and have it progress.
Yeah.
Rather than being stuck in like that fight or flight mentality.
Yes. Absolutely.
Definitely. It's hard.
I think also, like, Scott's notorious for coming up with these ideas of what he wants us to do when we retire, which now I just laugh about it. And this is maybe a good example or not, but like, if your spouse becomes interested in something and it doesn't really interest you, give a little bit of time to see if you could both enjoy whatever that is. If it's an activity or going to see something, unless it's horror movies, which I put a very hard stop on that. Like, I'm not going to have nightmares, because if I have nightmares, you're going to have to be woken up, because I'm going to be freaking out. So
no, I can appreciate that. And that, like, hopefully horror movies aren't such a high thing on his priority list that it would like have to get
No,
in the way of your marriage,
no.
like
Like he knows, well, I just need to take the time. Like if she's going to go have dinner with the girls or if she's going to get her hair done or like choose a different time whenever I'm not around.
right.
Or just say, hey, I want to go watch this movie. So I'm going to go watch it in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
This is the movie I'm watching. So if you come in, heads up.
Yeah. I also want to make sure our mics are working. So I'm checking on your little light. And then like you can check on my little light just to
Okay.
make sure our mics work. Sorry. Intrusive thought got busted me right there.
Yeah. Because our last one, mine cut out. So
I know. The light reflects off your shirt so I can see it,
I
but it's
can't.
sideways.
I gotta like be squinting to see yours.
Yeah, I don't know. They fall over. Anyway, we'll just
Anyways.
do random mic checks every once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I hope you would know maybe, okay, since I didn't live with Brian and you lived with Scott, like maybe you would understand, like, I don't know, maybe by the time in either situation, you should know their hobbies and their high value interests well enough that
Right.
that's something you could do, because Brian does like horror movies more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll sit there, but I'll scroll on my phone. And he's like, did you see that? I'm like, no, sure I didn't.
Nope.
Nope. But I'm here supporting you while I'm looking at cat videos. I'm keeping myself healthy and happy while supporting you.
And just hanging out.
Right. So there is that give or take, but hopefully, like, they're high, like they're
and some
really
things though
important
change though
things.
too. Like they may get into something like I never heard of pickleball back in the day.
No,
and not that we're pickleball people. Scott's played a few times just with Braden, but that's something that if he did decide, then I have to take that time to decide, do I want to participate?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this going to be like a time that we're not together? And what does that look like? And what is my reasoning for not doing it? So that would be like an example, I guess.
That's true.
Because I think over like, whenever you've been married 10 years, 20 years, whatever, it like each person changes slightly depending on like not drastically and hopefully not for the worse.
Right.
But they do change and you have to learn how to like accept the things that change and grow together in the process.
Yeah, and I'm gonna call you out. Ready for this one? Because behind you are my family pictures.
Yeah.
And we are a skiing family.
Ah.
And like I grew up skiing. My husband had some skiing experience. I don't think it was as extensive as my skiing like hobby was. And then through college, like skiing just wasn't as big of a priority for me. So getting married, I don't think he understood how much I love skiing. So we get married, we have a couple kids, and we got to the point where they're potty trained, and I was like, I miss skiing. Like I told him that. I was like, I miss it. I miss going out there. I miss skiing. Like I haven't done it in a few years. Like I don't think I want my life to look like with no skiing in my future, So
yeah.
So I told him that, and like 2 months later he went out and he bought himself skis. He bought our kids little kid skis.
Aww.
Like he just suddenly became in it to win it.
Yeah.
And like we have then since taught all of our kids to ski, and we go on family ski trips, like to the point where it's like we have season passes to go skiing. And like I didn't think I'd ever kind of be that type of skier, but hey, I'm not complaining at all.
You never know.
But Scott started skiing before you did.
Yeah.
And then you had to make a choice.
Yeah. And I went for it.
You did.
No, I don't like to ski as long as he does. Sometimes I like taking breaks. But
and that's fine.
That's me, but I'm still there.
Yeah. And I think as you get more comfortable with it, you might change your mind,
Yeah,
like
as I feel better about it. Yeah, but if I get wiped out, like one time I got wiped out like twice, like to the point that I just laid there. And I was like, am I dying? Am I dying? And somebody came up and was like, are you okay? And Scott's like screaming at me, and I'm like, He's like, you don't just lay there. You got to move. You
like,
got to let me know that you're alive. I was like, I didn't know if I was or not. I'm like slowly dying. I got the wind knocked out of me. I'm too fucking old to learn something new, but here I am conquering it.
You are, yeah. No, and I mean, I give you all the credit for it because, like, at this point in my life, like, it's muscle memory for me. I get out there and I can just go, like, I'm very confident and comfortable. Whereas, like, yeah, you're brand new at it.
Yeah.
And
the only time that I've ever done it was, everybody that knows me knows I love the beach. But for my wedding, my honeymoon, young guys, Scott's like, let's go to the mountains and go skiing. And I'm like, okay, I might like it. I am not a regular snow person. I live in Mississippi. Very seldom you'll see snow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, still on. Okay.
I embraced it. We didn't know what we were doing. We even had lessons, which those people should have been fired because you taught me more listening to you than what those people ever did. And I spent most of my time on my ass and not standing up. So and the elevation got to me really bad. So it kind of made me, like, by the end of the trip, the elevation was so bad. I was miserable.
Yeah.
And then we had to get on a plane to come back home because we had went to Colorado. And so I was like my ears were hurting. I was just like ready to start. I had to keep my cool, put it that way.
Right.
I was so mad and angry, and not at Scott, not at just at the situation. But then I became very snappy and short and irritated, and that tested us.
Right.
But we survived.
Well, again, like, here's where you go into when you are, I'm like, those early married years, especially I think for our generation, like, I don't think we were necessarily taught those emotional regulation skills.
No.
Like, I know I didn't, because there was lots of, I mean, maybe there was effort, but it wasn't as big of an emphasis as it is now in parenting. Yeah. So yeah, when little things happened and when you got, like, all those things compounded, like, yeah, you're going to get short, you're going to get snappy, you're going to, like, you don't have, like, let me take a deep breath. Give me 5 minutes to get a hold of myself. Let me think this through. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to be happier.
And my OCD, I think, made me just, like, focus even more on it. And we're in flight. Yeah. I was like, I need peroxide. Maybe I can, like, get it to pop. Like, that's what it felt like it needed to do. And, like, no, it was still bad for, like, a week after we got back to Mississippi. I was like, so it put me where I didn't want to go back. But, like, Braden had already started snowboarding. And then Scott started skiing while I was out of town. And so I was like, all right, this is okay to retry again. Braden really loves it. And so it gives us something to do if we take him, that we also ski, which I only snowboarded before. So skiing, I felt like, was easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I'm going off on, like, a little.
Yeah, that's okay. But it was just like, you had to take that time and make sure it was something like you could do as a couple. And it's like, he really liked it. So you're like, I'm going to give it a try. And I think that shows, like, a good spousal quality, if you will. Like, Brian loves to golf. And, like, sometimes I'm a better golfer than him. But, it's just like, I had to, like,
I'm the cart girl.
But sometimes you have to, like, just take those moments to be like, they enjoy this so much that, yeah, I'm going to support them and I'm going to be there. I might be awful at it. I might not love it in the end, but, like, I'm going to be there to be supportive of them.
Yeah. Like, if Scott went, like, golfing is actually a perfect situation. I am not good at golf. I can go to Topgolf and have my own fun, and I'm okay with that. But going to the range, like, actually going on a course, no, that does not make me happy. But I will substitute that and be like, I will drive the cart. I will watch you. I will clap for you. I will be so happy for you.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to play.
Yeah.
I'm okay just watching.
Well, that's, like, I personally wish, like, because right now you either get 9 holes or you get 18 holes. And I'm like, why can't I just do 3 holes? Like, is there a 3-hole golf course that I could just go and do?
Not even
No.
putt-putt has that.
No, I know. So yeah, I play like certain holes and then I'm like, I'm done.
I'm done. I've had enough.
Yeah, I've supported you and I am not good at the short game. I can drive, I can use my irons, but once you get me to putt, I'm like, ah, and then my ball rolls away and yeah, so I give up. I get real frustrated with the putting aspect
Yeah.
of everything.
Maybe we
So-
should team up and you drive it and then I'll putt it. I feel like I'm pretty good at putting it.
Oh, okay.
So like you get it down there for me and then I'll come in.
No, that could work. Maybe
We could be our own team.
I know.
And go against the boys then.
That's true. We'll
That
see
would be
who
good.
wins.
Yeah.
They won't team up. They'll play
No.
their own solid
Yeah.
game. We could team up and be better golfers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, once the weather gets a little cooler, we can.
Yeah, we need to reevaluate. Maybe
'cause,
September.
Yeah, I don't. It's too hot right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going out in 90 degrees.
Like I would be okay with it, but I'm gonna need a fan that attaches to the golf cart. That's a lot of staying outside for a long time, which I do
no.
love heat, but I also need to be able to cool off.
Yes, I think we all learned that in Rome
Yes.
because it got so hot. It was too hot. Something that I find helps go a long way in marriage is appreciation
Mm-hmm.
and thanking them for the effort that they put into not only like the relationship, but into just making life what it is.
Right.
You know, like we have traveled a lot lately and showing appreciation for he's the main breadwinner of the house. So yeah, like he funds a lot of it and he puts the effort and he's there like doing everything. So just making sure he knows that I appreciate everything he puts into it.
And I think a lot of people take that as like a weakness to appreciate the other person on even simple things like thank you for doing the dishes or something like that. And I'm like, no, I will thank you. And sometimes it doesn't come out like right at the beginning, but vice versa. Like Scott doesn't do that, like right away as soon as he sees me do it. But it's like, hey, even if it's the end of the week and just be like, hey, I think we've had a really good week, or like I've noticed this, and it doesn't have to be daily, just a little recognition every now and then.
Yeah. And like it also goes with like maybe showing empathy when things aren't going their way and like just having those like small emotional supports like throughout the week or throughout the month. Like my like we get attacked by bugs a lot, like mosquitoes and like chiggers and stuff like that. And even to the point where it's like if he got bit up doing some yard work and I'm like, I appreciate all the effort that you're putting into the yard work and I'm so sorry that the bugs are biting you,
Here's some
like,
medicine.
Exactly. Like I found this, like so just like those moments too, where it's just like those small emotional supports throughout life, I think make a big difference in whether your relationship is on the healthier side versus not.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to like communication too, is if you're not used to communicating and thanking each other or being in an open conversation, then that stuff goes to the wayside. But also with that, have you ever felt like you're just roommates? Like I'm gonna say that like we've definitely fell into that, especially after having kids, and it's like same schedule every day, work, groceries, cooking dinner, bath time. Like we have gotten in that, and one of us will always like speak up. Whoever kind of notices it first and is like, hey, I've been feeling like we're kind of slipping into that. And then we do something to like stop that, like try to spend more time together. Um, Even if it's like late at night, watch a TV show together, go for a walk. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. It's just reconnecting because you're kind of like just getting into the motions of life and not making each other a priority.
Yeah, no, I definitely like there have been like the ebb and flow of the relationship. Yeah, there's been times, and I think it happened to us right at when we had little kids too, because like you put so much effort into like you're young and you're like, how do I keep these alive?
Right.
Like you put so much effort into making sure you're doing all the right things. And yeah, you get.
And at night, you're just like, oh, I
Yeah.
just go to sleep.
And it's, I mean, I recommend having kids young so you don't get to this stage and have
Oh, I
those
know.
little
I would be
babies.
so tired. Like now, like, no.
No. Yeah.
But no shame to anybody that's
No,
still
I
doing
mean, if
that.
you have the energy to do that, yeah, more power to you. I don't think I could, knowing what
No.
I'd get myself into. I just, it's not the time for me to do that. So yeah,
And even as like kids, like here recently, me and Scott were like, we're always like doing stuff with other people. We're always like doing stuff with kids. It's never like we kind of have gotten to that point that we don't do anything. So Friday night, we watched Happy Gilmore and Gilmore 2 and ordered takeout from my favorite Mexican place.
there you go.
And we just like there was nothing big and fancy about it. It was just like some quality time for us two. And like I know we hang out with y'all a lot, so it is nothing about y'all. It's like just taking that time though to be solo.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't do that because I've even seen people like one person will be doing this, another person doing this, which is completely fine for you to have hobbies that do not pertain to each other. You don't have to do everything together.
Yep.
And even like interests, like if I want to read a book and Scott doesn't want to, maybe he wants to play his video game, like that's fine too. And we'll just sit in the same room.
Yeah. I mean, on that same note, like the kids had a friend that was in a musical that they wanted to go see, and I was like, I don't feel like sitting through the musical. So, so no offense to them, like it was a Beetlejuice Junior production, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sure it's going to be great. I know, like my friend or my kids want to be supportive of their friend,
Right.
so I am more than happy to get them tickets and send them in
Yeah.
and have them enjoy it. But like that's probably just not. I just wasn't in the mood to go do that. So yeah, Brian and I took the moment to like go out to dinner together.
Yeah.
And it was like,
see, that's a perfect time
yeah,
too.
The kids were all occupied.
It's like I know that you're going to be occupied. I know that you're being taken care of. We're going to go and grab something and enjoy some time by ourselves.
Yeah. So literally it's just like, and like you have to make those moments happen, especially when you have kids. Like it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to get the babysitter. You're going to have to do that. Like Valentine's Day, we were just talking about how we took our kids with us. So,
yeah, we always took our kids because like nobody wants to babysit. And like I kind of felt bad for them is because I'm like, we've been married. Like, why not just take them?
Right.
Like,
so
is it that big of a deal?
It's not.
Like,
and then, yeah, after you've been together as long as like we have with our spouses, like,
yeah, I don't even have to celebrate on the same day if I don't want to. It doesn't faze me. If we never celebrated Valentine's again, it would be okay too. It's because we honestly just take advantage to get something to eat,
right?
Like to have an excuse to go out to eat. But I don't even really need an excuse.
Yeah,
but
I'll say we don't need an excuse anymore. Yeah, another thing, like with raising kids together, like, so in the Mormon culture, you don't really have like marriage. I mean, there is a marriage prep class you can take. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there is. And I don't know, maybe Brian and I took something. I don't know. There was a class that we were both in, and it was centered around like marriage. So maybe it was a marriage. I'll have to ask him because I don't remember if it was actually called that or not. But the lady who was teaching it, very sweet. Like we all really liked her. She was a good person. She was like, once you get married, you are a team.
Yeah.
And this is your team now. Like you start your team, you might add kids to the team, like you're gonna be a team, but you have a team type atmosphere.
Yes.
Where it's like you support each other, you celebrate each other's wins, you are there to help that person when they need it because your success as a team matters.
Right.
And I was like, that's probably a really good way to look at this.
Very valid.
Yeah. So we definitely started our marriage off with like we were a team.
Yeah.
Like that was from day one. We were like, this is a team.
We did. I would say we did that too. Like there wasn't like certain chores that had to be done by him or me. And we lived in an apartment, so there wasn't like my allergies are too bad for grass cutting. If Scott didn't cut the grass or Braden, we would just have to pay somebody. Actually, whenever he was deployed, I had to pay somebody because I couldn't. I tried to do it, and I came back in like it's too much for my allergies. But where was I going with that?
Teamwork.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So we did that though from the get go of trying to make sure that we both were being helpful in the household before we even had kids. So then having Kylie, it came very natural for us to pick up where the other one's like falling short or if you have more time on your hands, like go ahead and do some things that needs to be done, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And so that worked really good from the get-go.
Yeah.
I think it trained us for like having children.
Yeah, definitely. So like I think that's one of my biggest advice to people who are just getting married and just starting that stage is like go into it like once you're engaged, you're a team.
Right. Like
Like
started out then.
yeah, I know because I mean even like he was still in school, like he wasn't working full time when we got engaged, and I had just started of like a full time job. So we were broke. We started
Yeah.
literally with zero monies. Like we
Yeah.
had zero monies. Like it
I
was,
had to borrow money to get tampons one time.
yeah,
Like we were that broke.
yeah.
Like we were super broke.
So
So now I look back and I'm like, look how far we've came.
exactly, like we have
Our
done
little team is
so
doing so
much.
good.
Go team us. But yeah, so I don't think it matters where you are in life, how you start, like your situation, your whatever level you're at, like start as a team from day one and
And
work
I would say best
together.
friends. Like I think that helped me and Scott is we were already friends before we started dating.
Mm-hmm.
Then we also hung out with a lot of the same people, so it was very natural for us to incorporate friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just kept that kind of going of us always keeping the same friends. Like at the beginning, there would be times that he would go and do something with somebody, and I would go do something with somebody. Like we weren't together 24/7 kind of thing,
Yeah.
but we became friends first, and being able to rely on that person. And I still look to my girlfriends, and I'm like, they're my best friends. But also, you have to have your spouse as that best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's okay. Like as much as you want to like vent to your girlfriend, like vent to your husband or wife, but also like pick and choose because some of this stuff I feel like guys don't get that girls get. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
not that you're hiding something. It's like he's not gonna be interested in
Yeah.
this.
Well, I when I know he's not going to be interested in what I really have to say, but he's like a supportive listener.
Right.
Like I just follow him around and talk.
Ooh, good
So,
advice for men that I know my husband would say is learn to ask like, do I need to listen or do I need to like make a plan? How's
give
he say?
advice. Like, do you
Give
want
advice.
advice or just to listen?
Yes. Do you want me to act on it and do something or do you just want me to listen?
Mm-hmm.
And so anytime they ask that, like I just tell him.
Yeah.
Typically it's just I want you to listen because I'm just
Yeah.
playing it through my head and I just need to get it out and then I move on.
Mm-hmm. No, that's very valid because I've even started doing that with like some of my closer girlfriends. When they start complaining about something, I'm like, do you want me to help solve this problem? Or am
Yeah.
I just a sounding board? Like, what?
Right.
Like, I'm cool with either one.
I just need to know my role.
Yeah. Like, I can start hating the person you hate too. Like,
Right.
what? Like,
Like, do I need to hate them? Are we teaming up on this?
yeah. Like, which way do you want me to go? Which
I
I have to follow up with some people on things now that we say that. I should make a mental note.
right.
Okay.
I I think though that goes back to communication. That's why I always like put communication at the top
Mm-hmm.
because those are examples of how you have to communicate healthy and know like what the other person's expectation is and
Mm-hmm.
knowing what your role is in the situation and yeah.
No, definitely. I just like a lot goes back to communication and communicating your needs, I think is a big thing too.
Yes.
Because I, like, as much as I try, I don't read minds.
Right.
And like, like I don't always know what he needs at the moment. But if he's honest and he says, I just need this, or I just need, and then like it also means you know your needs too. So that
Right.
can be kind of tricky sometimes.
We've done that. Like, if, and we learned this in therapy, is like, if I'm feeling needy or he's feeling needy, just speak up and tell the other person, because then they'll understand why you're like being maybe more clingy,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you don't want to be clingy, you're just wanting like downtime. And so just voicing up what that is and
Yeah. Well,
how to help.
that's something I learned not with my current husband, but with a previous boyfriend. Like we were just like a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, we were just hanging out kind of a thing. And I ended up just watching some TV while he was milling around doing other things. So it wasn't like this big moment. And I didn't think it was like this big relationship type moment either. You know, it was really
Right.
just kind of sitting there. And he came over and like laid down on the couch next to me and was falling asleep. And I'm like, I'm watching TV, you know, like,
Like,
I'm like, it was before like scrolling on a phone or earbuds or anything like that. It
yeah.
was well, you know, like I
It's
didn't
like
have
you
those
already know what you
options.
got into if you're
Yeah,
going to sit down here on the
I
couch while I'm
know.
watching
And
TV.
yeah, I was like, what is,
Do you need to go to your
yeah,
room?
I'm like, we live in an apartment. Like, can you, so yeah, I didn't understand. And so I spoke up because I was like, I'm watching a show. Like, do you need me? I I'll leave if you want to turn it off and take a nap, you know, like
Right.
I'm not taking a nap right now. And he was like, no, I just need to be close to you right now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't care if you watch TV. I don't care what you're doing. I just need this like closeness.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, okay, pat, pat, you know, I'm like,
Alrighty.
you can stay. Like, I'm not bothered. I just didn't want to continue to bother you because I didn't know, you know,
Yeah.
I was like, I had no clue that you just needed to be close for a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to continue watching my show. You can fall asleep, you
Yeah.
know, so, and that's
You
what
know, then
happened.
it's not bothering him.
Yeah, until he got too heavy and was squishy.
Like,
And then, yeah, like, oh, I can't, you're hurting my ribs. So, like, until that moment happens. But yeah, like I didn't, you know, growing up, I didn't know that people would just need that. So
yeah, that took us a long time too. And it's like just speaking up, and like him speaking up and saying, I just want to be near you. I've done that tons of times, Scott.
yeah,
He's like, what's wrong with you? Are you okay? And I'm like, no, I just want to like touch you.
yeah. Which I will say, that is not my go-to thing. Like I don't instinctually have those like let me just be near you type moments.
Okay.
So again, like I don't understand that, but I understood he needed it.
Right.
So even though instinctually I'm like, can you get off of me? Like
It also was
it's
like,
like,
oh, you poor little
oh,
thing.
okay, well I guess this is acceptable. You
Guess
know?
we're going to stay in this position.
Yeah, I was like, how long do you need this?
Right.
Like, so yeah, even though it's not instinctual in you to need something that they need,
Right.
understanding their needs and how, I mean, did that affect my life? No.
Probably
But
taught you though about communication, that he was open enough to like tell you what he needed,
yeah,
and like the respect of knowing, thank you for telling me, because I'm not a mind reader.
right.
And I think a lot of girls get, you know, the brunt end of that, of, well, you're not, I can't read your mind, which is true. Girls need to communicate more. And then maybe like,
Yeah, I
I don't want Scott
mean,
to be wondering what my expectation is. Like,
yeah, because
let's skip over that portion of trying to figure out what each other is thinking, and let's just be honest.
well, I'm sure there have been times where he thought he knew what you needed, and it was probably off the mark. It was
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
something
I
out
have
of
had him do stuff that I'm like, why'd you do
yeah.
that? I didn't ask you.
Which I think is, I mean, every relationship's going to have that moment where they're trying to do something nice and you're like,
What? Out of all things, this is what you chose? I don't
yeah,
know. I don't know what's going on
I
here.
don't even like gummy bears.
Right?
You
I
know,
don't even like
like,
this.
why did you, no. No. So, but yeah, I mean, you just need to communicate your needs as well as understand their needs. I think that's a big.
And it's okay if, like, I guess my last little thing would be, like, there's not going to be a perfect relationship. So if that's what you're aiming for, is to have like this perfect relationship, you're going to be married to this person and everything is going to go right because you have, sought out this perfect relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be perfect.
No.
Like nobody's is. Mm-hmm. And you'll get curveballs all the time. You'll go through lows and highs, and you got to stay on the roller coaster though. Yeah. Do not get off. Yeah. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle. Like, you just got to keep going.
I know. And even though your head gets stuck between the things,
it doesn't even matter. Just go with it.
Yes, you're going to be okay. Like, as long as you're working together and trying to solve things.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing insurmountable as long as you're both trying to make it work.
Exactly.
It's when one of you decides that it's not worth it anymore.
Or I see this a lot with guys, is they won't go to therapy because they're like, I don't have a reason to go and I don't need to talk to anybody. And I'm like, but it's okay. Like, Scott didn't do that. Scott embraced it with me because we both were working towards the same thing. And whenever I see people that are like, no, I don't want to do it, I'm like, but why do you not want to do it?
Right.
Because obviously if your spouse sees the need of maybe a third party that's unbiased to come in and help fix or mend or put you on the right track, what does it hurt?
Yeah. And sometimes, like, I don't think it's been in my relationship, but just in life in general, like, I've gotten into like thought patterns where it's hard to see something else than what you're thinking.
Right.
It's hard to see your way out of a situation sometimes. So it is helpful to go and talk to people about it and get that perspective that helps you get out of your own thought patterns.
Non-biased, like, those people don't know you. They don't care what is going on. They're not picking sides. I would say just make sure that you find somebody that you feel comfortable with. But
yeah, and there's a lot of people out there that could benefit from just having people to talk to. And I think that kind of sums up my list.
Me too. Like, I jotted down some stuff and I think we hit all of it.
Yeah, I don't think I have much more. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more that anyone could say, but if you have comments or suggestions, go ahead and leave us a comment, like, share,
subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. We always appreciate new subscribers.
Yes.
And enjoy comments. I think our next episode is our 10th episode. Or is this our 10th? This one's episode 10. Yeah. So congratulations on 10 episodes. Very exciting. I'm looking forward to getting to 20, and we'll have many more milestones ahead of us.
We'll have to do little celebrations and take everybody with us.
Right. But yeah, it's our 10th episode. So very exciting. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in to the Unfiltered Duo podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend who might enjoy it too. You can follow us on all social media platforms for updates, behind the scenes, and more content. Got questions, feedback, or a topic you'd love for us to cover? Reach out at unfilteredduopodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep listening.